Um, First of all, just really proud of a lot of the guys in the game, and to get a shutout, hold the team to 8 yards rushing. Defensive guys did a great job. I thought we started slow on offense and got the run game going, and it's great for Bam to get his first 100-yard game. And thought Jordan Houston gave us a good spark in the second half with his change of pace. And tight ends got involved in the passing game. We had 7 catches at tight end, so that was good to see. And did some good things. Obviously things we got to do better. It's good to see us get a takeaway at the end of the game. Just proud of how they played for 4 quarters and got a lot of guys out there. Played a ton of people, which is great for our roster. And I think we came out of the game relatively healthy, which is really good. And nice hot day. Looking forward to the next one. Questions?
Sure. Can you talk a little bit more about what you liked about what you did defensively?
Well, we held them to 8 yards rushing and 90-something yards passing. I mean, you hold the team to 100 yards. It's a pretty solid performance, and kept the ball in front, tackled well, didn't give up any explosive plays. They didn't score any points.
Bam had such a good spring game.
Yeah.
Getting rolled early as a local kid. He had so much attention. How did you think he handled that, and how did he kind of come into camp? And did you have to recenter him at all after that?
I don't think he handled it well, to be honest. I thought he had a big head this summer and read his press clippings too much and kind of got his, his attention grabbed in camp. I think our defensive kids got after him and put him back in his place, and then he had a really good finish to camp. And I think he thought it was going to be easy, and it's not easy. It's hard. It's hard to get yards, and so it's a good experience for him, to be honest with you. It's a good experience to be humbled and playing in the first game, scoring on his first touch, and then he came out. I thought he ran really hard. He had a lot of good yards after contact today.
Coach, just going off along that, just to expound a little bit, second week in a row that he has obviously looked very well. What did you like about his performance today and just how he was able to run?
Well, he's physical. I mean, he gets north to south. He's not afraid to throw his body in there. I mean, you see him jumping over guys and diving through and running through contact. And for a guy that's not, like Reggie, 220, I mean, he's a 200-pounder, but he runs hard. I mean, he really runs behind his pads and drives his legs on contact. So I like how he fights for extra yards, and he's taking care of the football.
It took you guys about a quarter and a half again this week to kind of get going offensively.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just the product of young guys, trying to figure it out, or is there something that you could do to maybe get off to better starts?
Well, last week we scored a touchdown on our opening drive, so I mean, I don't really agree with that. In this game, definitely. I thought last week we started slow on defense and let them drive down the field, and then our offense drove the entire length of the field and scored a touchdown. So I thought that was pretty strong. Today I was disappointed. I didn't think Matt was very sharp in the first quarter. Didn't really give our run game an opportunity. 2 incompletions in the first drive, and then just kind of settled in. Most offenses these days are built around getting that first down and gaining some tempo in your offense. And then once we started to do that and got their defensive kids tired, it was a lot better from a line of scrimmage standpoint. But 540 yards and a bunch of rushing yards, a bunch of guys played, pretty positive.
Another good game from Malimit. Obviously he has the sack in this game, but for him going into the offseason, he probably thought he had a shot at being the number 1 guy. Obviously, Val Martin ends up earning that spot. Do you feel like there was some extra motivation for him, and how good has he played so far?
Yeah, Liam just has to learn how good he can be. I think he's a guy that probably never had to work as hard as he's working now in high school, and he could get away with it because of how talented he is. He's a high potential guy, and he's still learning what he can be for us, And I think it's just consistency and focus and work ethic, because I think he could be a tremendous player. But Val works harder than him, period. And so as Aleem continues to pick up his work ethic, he's going to be a really good player. And I think that's the one thing that we reward here is hard work. And if you're a guy that day in and day out's the same guy over and over and over, you're going to be rewarded for that.
Well, you guys were able to play a lot of younger players in the secondary. Devon Graves had extensive action. Is it good for younger players to learn on the fly when there's a quarterback adjustment?
Yeah, and I just think in general, like we had a few guys that were sore. And so for us to be able to play some of their backups and get healthy is a big deal. And Devon needs the reps. It's good for him. You know, I mean, he's a play away from being a starter. He starts in our dime package, and you know, we're able to get a lot of those guys in. We got Ty Palmer in and Malik Dunlap at the end, you know, and I'm trying to think. We've got so many of the DBs in the game. But Jakeem Harris got his first snaps in there, strong safety, so it was great to get a lot of those guys reps. Cecil Powell played on both sides of the ball today, which, you know, it was cool to get him a catch wearing CJ's number. But, you know, there's some good young skill players.
Coach, earlier this week you talked about focusing on the little things and being a better version of yourselves each week. Do you feel like you guys got better, and if so, in what ways?
Yeah, I think, well, we had 3 penalties on the day, and so that area improved from 6. And so that was something we talked a lot about, taking the pre-snap stuff off the film. We were much better. You know, third down wise and defensively, we were outstanding on third down. I thought the red zone offense was much better. But you're never going to be completely happy at the end of the game. I mean, you win, you know, whatever the margin is, and there's things that you're going to think about. And you have a guy wide open and overthrow him. I mean, that's going to bother you, you know, stuff like that. But overall, it was a pretty good day for the guys. And, you know, a day where a lot of people might not play as hard against a team like that, and I didn't think that happened. You know, I just think we got to operate a little bit better early.
Coach, you had a couple of hiccups on the kickoff. Is that something that concerns you moving forward?
You know, it's crazy. In 2 years, Trent Gill has not kicked the ball out of bounds. So I didn't expect that at all, and I'm hoping that never happens to him again. I've never seen him do that. So, you know, twice in a game, I mean, I'm hoping that was just because he's done a really good job with our kickoff. So, you know, we'll see what we can do.
You mentioned Cecil Powell playing on both sides of the ball. Is that something that was the plan all along, or is that something
No.
that came about because of CJ's injury?
Yeah, I mean, Cecil was a two-way player in high school. He's the fastest player probably on our team. As you guys know, C.J. Riley's one of the fastest players on our team, and so it just gives us the ability now to have a guy over there occasionally that can do some things with the ball, and just trying to use our roster. It's not hard for him to go over there and catch it now, or, you know, if we have a play for him, to get him a couple snaps. He's also, you know, a guy that's back there catching kicks, so he's a really, really talented guy, and just trying to find ways to get him on the field.
Coach, is there any concern with the downfield passing attack? Does it have to get better?
Yeah, has to get a lot better. I mean, it has to get a lot better. You know, you're not going to run the ball for 300 yards when you start playing these ACC teams if you can't throw it downfield. It's not going to happen. So, area we got to get better for sure.